The shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline is certainly a wake-up call. Colonial operates America's largest pipeline system, and in one ransomware attack, we lost a major artery that supplies gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel to the East Coast. It caused shortages at the pump and panic buying, even in states that aren't supplied by the pipeline in question, like Florida. The big question is, what have we learned? We're joined now by Daniel Turner, founder and executive director of Power the Future. Daniel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
So we've just been talking a lot about supply chains, and we've had a lot of disruptions this year in terms of energy supply. And of course, the Colonial Pipeline hack is the big story of the day. I know it's still early days, but what lessons do you think we've learned from this incident?
Yeah, it shows a real vulnerability of our energy infrastructure, and cyber threats are real. Multiple companies, private sector deal with cyber threats regularly, but in this particular instance, it's really critical because energy powers our entire economy, right? I mean, real Americans, average everyday Americans, were unable to get gasoline, and that means they weren't able to drive their parents to the hospital or take their kids to school. And we did see panic buying, no doubt. But the panic was understandable. We need energy to survive as a country. We run on fossil fuels, and just wishing it in another direction is not real energy policy.
So what do you think can be done to prevent something like this from happening again?
Yeah, well, this is the critical role of government, and there's a real frustration nationwide on multiple issues when government fails at its core duties. You look at some of the riots that have happened in major American cities, and people say, well, it's the government's job to police and to protect. It is the government's job to protect our critical infrastructure from enemies, foreign and domestic. It is unclear if this cyber hacking group is foreign or if it's American. But regardless, this is the role of government to protect us. And we have a very large federal bureaucracy. We have a lot of agents in the FBI. This is where they should be focusing their attention, preventing this from happening, because it disrupts the economy, it disrupts industry, but more than anything else, it disrupts the lives of Americans, almost critically to the point of life and death. And this is the central role of government, and they seem to be dropping the ball.
Be sure to watch the entire episode, now available exclusively on EpochTV.com, a new completely censorship-free premium subscription platform brought to you by the Epoch Times. See you there.